Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to another episode of Thoughts and Opinions. Now, before we get into today's video, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as you can already tell from the title and thumbnail, today's video is about our thoughts and opinions on FIFA 21 Career Mode, or having said that, at least what we know so far on the FIFA 21 Career Mode front. Now, as you can see in the background, we have got the FIFA 21 official reveal trailer. I should have already uploaded and done a video thoughts and opinions on the official reveal trailer, so hopefully you guys have seen that by now. What we plan to do in today's episode is I'm going to show you the quick little snippet, the little teaser, the little taster that EA did put in the official reveal trailer of Career Mode. We're going to look at that, we're going to discuss that, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on exactly what I thought of it. We're then going to look over the EA article to do with Career Mode, and then thanks to Charlie, if you're watching this, thank you very much. He sent me a link to a Liverpool Echo article, which also included some features that are going to be in FIFA 21 Career Mode. So that's what we're going to do with today's video, guys. And obviously, if you are new to this series, I started it just before FIFA 20 dropped, and I thought I'm going to do a series as EA release stuff and leak stuff and do official reveal trailers and stuff like that. I'm going to make a series where I watch it, read it, look at it, and give my thoughts and opinions. And then in the comment section, I want you guys to give your thoughts and opinions on whether you agree, what you think about it, whether you think it's a good feature, bad feature, your overall thoughts and opinions on whatever the topic for the video is. So as I said, I've already done one for the official reveal trailer. You guys would have given your thoughts and opinions. For me, I said it felt very much like an Adidas, Gucci, Hugo Boss like photo shoot. There was a lot of like stylish clothes, a lot of players that were playing like different sports, not really football. If you were to take out the actual gameplay and the actual footage of FIFA 21 and just put that as a video, you would think, for me, in my opinion, that it was a advert for some designer gear. It didn't feel like a football game. But as I said, guys, what we're going to do at the start of this video is we're going to watch this little clip so we can discuss what EA actually left in the reveal trailer. And finally, after, wow, it must be 5 or 6 years now, we finally have something in the reveal trailer to do with Career Mode. I think it's been 6 or 7 years since Career Mode or Pro Clubs has been in the actual trailer, because the last couple of years it's been focused on Ultimate Team, which is obviously one of their biggest incomes. It's been Volta, which not many people play that I know of. It's been The Journey when that come out, but nothing to do with Pro Clubs and Career Mode, which in my opinion, Ultimate Team is probably the most played game mode on FIFA, swiftly followed by Career Mode and Pro Clubs, not Volta and The Journey. So it blows my mind that they still spend so much time on those game types. And I said in the official reveal trailer, because they spend so much time, it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to put microtransactions into them, where for 69p you can buy this, or for £2 you can buy that. A bit like an Ultimate Team, the way you buy points. But without any further ado, let's watch this little snippet of, you can see it in the background, Erling Haaland sat in his signature celebration position, doing a little bit of meditation, and let's just see exactly what they left in the trailer. And I'm already pausing right there, because that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see in a minute as I play it again, it skips and it's gone to a completely different shot. But what we can see from this shot is, we can see Career Mode Sim. So this is obviously how the new simulated games are going to look. Step In, which we all know the feature is Jump In. Now, one thing, firstly, we'll go through it bit by bit, but let's discuss the Step In at the top. I'm not going to get too excited about this feature, ladies and gentlemen. The reason for this Step In is called Jump In. And before we step in, let's take a step back. I will tell you guys now, in case you don't already know, or a lot of you don't remember, that on FIFA 13 and 14, we already had this feature. This was already a feature to be able to jump into the game. So what would happen is the usual screen would load up. Let's say Liverpool versus Everton. The Liverpool are at home. We've got Liverpool's team down the left, Everton's team down the right. You've got the highlights box in the top right to tell you what highlights are going on. And down the bottom right, you've obviously got scores from different games. You advance, the players warm up, and it kicks off. And it goes through minute by minute, giving you updates. After 40 minutes, if it was still 0-0, you could decide to press pause and jump in. And what that meant is you would be in the game, controlling the players from that 40th minute onwards. This is a feature that's already been implemented into FIFA. So I'm not going to get too excited about it, because for me it's the same as, let's say you buy a new car and it's got a set of alloys on it, and you change them to another set of alloys, and then after a couple of months you don't like those alloys anymore, so you go back to the old ones. you haven't really gained anything. You already had them. So for me, this jumping feature, I haven't gained anything. EA have just allowed us to have it again. So realistically, it's not a new feature. It's not a worked on feature. It's a feature that's just being put back into the game. Having said that, as we move on from step in or jump in, we now have this 2D graphic, which for me, I haven't played, Football Manager in maybe 10 years, but a Football Manager that I used to play on the PC when I was early teenager looked just like this. And if I can find a screenshot and work out, maybe it was like Football Manager 2009 or 2008 or something like that, it used to look just like this. And what would happen is you'd start the game and there'd be a bar at the top, and the Liverpool would have a red bar and Everton would have a blue bar, and you'd see the bar moving. If it moved closer to the Everton side, you were more on the attack. If it moved the other way and blue became more, Everton were on the attack. And when it would give you a little bit of a description underneath as to what was happening. And let's say it popped up, it would say, Mo Salah's breaking down the wing. If a shot on target was about to happen, if a good chance was about to happen, if a goal was about to happen, you jump from that screen that was just showing you stats and the team into a screen like this, where you'd then see all the players as a circle, just like here, like this number 7 or this number 3. You'd see them as a circle. If you watch my cursor, it'd say Mo Salah's breaking down the wing. He'd run down the wing, and then it'd pop up like he's put the ball in, and as he puts the ball in, instead of it just telling me, it'd jump to this screen, you'd have number 26 and 15 here and here. The ball would swing in, boom, you could see the ball, and it'd either end up in the back of the net, or it'd say keeper saves, or out for a corner, and then it'd go to a corner, and then the ball would come swinging in. And once there was no danger, or there wasn't really a highlight, it'd go back to just giving you a description on what's happening in the game. The fact that EA have implemented this as just how it's going to look for the whole thing is great, because as someone that does career modes for a hobby and uploads them to YouTube, this is so much easier to be commentating over. So because I know the numbers of the players and stuff, I can say, right, Mo Salah's breaking down the wing. I can see Mane coming in at the back post. Bobby's trying to rush in there. Henderson's waiting on the edge of the box. Salah puts the ball in. Mane's there. 1-0. And I can commentate that. Whereas what EA have right now is horrible. It's as simple as that. The players warm up and it jumps from the 0 minute, whistle blows, and it jumps straight to the 90th minute. This is disappointing, because if a lot happens in the second half, a lot of substitutes, a lot of yellow cards, maybe a goal, you can only see, let's say, just for an example, the last 10 recent highlights. Anything before those 10, you can't see. So if you score 3 goals in the first half, and then in the second half, which tends to happen in football, a lot of substitutes are made, players get tired, so the tackles become more sloppy, more yellow cards, red cards, injuries, stuff like that. You can't see what happened in the first half. So what you have to do is, I may have beaten Everton 3-0, but I can only see 1 goal in those highlights from Bobby Firmino in the 80th minute. So we then have to look over at the team, see who's got a ball next to the name, and it might be Mo Salah who's got a ball with a number 2 in it. So I can tell you guys, and this is how I normally commentate it, so it looks like Mo Salah scored 2 in the first half. We've then had a couple of subs in the 47th minute. Bobby Firmino scores in the 80th minute, and we go on to beat Everton 3-0. That's how I commentate it now. Years ago, before, I think we must be going back now to FIFA 17, maybe 16, it used to do updates minute by minute. So you didn't have a graphic, you didn't have a 2D graphic or look anything like that. But what would happen is the whistle will blow, and then it'd be like 2 minutes in, Bobby Firmino scores, 40 minutes in, Mo Salah scores, and you could actually commentate what was happening minute by minute. So it was a little bit easier, but this way is going to make it a hell of a lot easier, because I can physically see the players, I can see if an attack is happening, see if someone's shooting, rather than just getting a little description saying goal, a ball, and M Salah next to it and a time. So I think that EA really screwed up on FIFA 20, making it jump and like quick simulate all the way to the end. That was a rubbish feature. The feature before that, it going minute by minute, was okay. It was good to commentate. But that graphic there is going to be unbelievable. If you see that graphic from 0 to 90 minutes, that is perfect, because you can literally discuss what is going on by visually seeing what's going on the pitch, which is a great feature. And the worst case scenario, if you were down 2-0, you could jump in. For me, the jump in feature, though, is going to be for people that just play career mode for fun. And I do play it for fun, but when I'm making a series, let's say we're 25 games into the Premier League, I'm 2-0 down to Everton, but if I win this game, I win the Premier League. If I'm 2-0 down at the 60th minute, jump in, play the last 30 minutes, win 3-2 and win the league, I feel I can fully understand, and let me just get that piece of fluff out the way for you guys, I fully understand, a lot of you guys go, Brad, that was cheating. And although it's not cheating as such because it is a feature in the game, you've got to remember I'm about to lose that game potentially 2-0 and the league still be up for grabs and it'd be more of a challenge. But I've purposely jumped in, dominated, won 3-2 and won the league. So moving forward with my FIFA 20 career modes, I'm never going to use the jump-in feature, I don't think, unless you guys would like to see it. I don't think I'm going to use it because the simulating games makes it a lot more difficult. Like in the Liverpool career mode, I've recently just dropped points to Fulham, which then made us and Manchester City then on level points. If I had beat Fulham and jumped in, it was 1-1. If I had jumped in at 1-1 and beat them 3-1, it defeats the object. I lost that game 2-1 to Fulham. And although, yes, it may have just cost me the league, that's what you guys want to see. You don't want me seeing or be watching videos where by 25, 26 games, I've won the league. I've already boxed it off, it's done. Because the rest of the season is pointless. I'm not playing for anything other than to get the record for the most points in a season. Whereas if I'm actually losing games and teams are closing the gap and catching me, and so it makes it more fun, makes it more entertaining, makes it more exciting. So I probably won't use that feature. So for me, jump in, step in, whatever they want to call it, I'm not a massive fan over it. I'm probably not going to use it unless I'm just playing career mode, trying out different teams for my own fun and my own, when I'm not recording. But this 2D graphic, good job, EA. This is good. And I hope this is the start of many new things to come. You've put a feature back into the game that was already there. Fine. People will enjoy that. But this 2D graphic, rather than it quick simming from 0 to 90 or going minute by minute and you've just got to read out what's happening to actually physically see it, that is spot on. But what I will do for you guys now, I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll take it back to this clip here. I'll play it right through so you guys can see the clip, and I will put all these links to the official reveal trailer if you haven't seen it, and the article from EA and the article from the Liverpool Echo down below in the description and comment section. I'm not sure if I've already said that in today's video, guys, but this is my third time recording this video. The first time it didn't record. The second time, when I pressed play on the video, I pressed spacebar and it stopped my recording. So I'm making sure I'm on the mouse. This is my third time, so I don't know if I mentioned I'm going to leave the links down below, but the links will be down below in the description and comment section for these 3 websites that I am using. So here's your clip, and that's it. That's all we get, but at least there is something in the trailer to do with career mode. So we can now come out of this. We can go into this first article, which you guys can get. It's just this website here, but again, I'll leave the link down below. And this is about career mode. Now, this image here has changed since EA first released this, which was yesterday. It didn't have this pause box here. And this is going to be exactly like how it used to work on FIFA 13 and 14. You were 35 minutes in, you'd pause the game and you'd have the option to jump in. The options here is to resume, which is for it to continue, I'm guessing second by second, minute by minute through the game. Jump in, which is where you jump into the game at the 35th minute and start playing from that point on. Team management, which is obviously then for you to change the team. And then quick sim, which I assume is what the feature we have now, which is where we're at 35 minutes. Let's say we're winning 4-0 and we go, you know what, we've easily won this game. Quick sim, we jump from 35 minutes to 90 minutes and it just shows you the score and that's the end result. I probably won't use quick sim because I don't like quick sim now in FIFA. I'd rather be able to commentate over it minute by minute and actually watch the game on this 2D graphic here, which is unbelievable. What I also like, which is a great feature, which I'll try and put this screenshot as a big image for you guys right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Down here, you've got stamina, and that is showing the player's stamina. So you can see Alisson's, Robertson's, Van Dijk. You can see that Gomez is looking very tired. You'd then pause it, team management, and swap Gomez out. Same for Roberto Firmino, maybe Mane or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain or Trent. You can press team management and make the subs from within the game. As you pause it, the timer stops. So in the 35th minute, you make the changes, and when the ball next goes out of play, the changes will be made. I am assuming from this stamina with RB or LB or R1, L1, whatever it is, you might be able to switch across these. So I think if you were to change from stamina to ratings, instead of it showing the stamina here for both teams, it would show like they've got a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10. And you can see, although you can physically see the game on the screen here in this graphic, being able to see who's playing well and who's not. So it might be showing that Trent has got a 4, he's playing poorly, he needs to come off. That'll show ratings. Stats, I feel like if you do stats, it'll probably show stats of the players. I'm not sure what stats. And then obviously you've got game plan, which is whether you want to go out attacking, defending, and so on. Now, a feature that used to be on the FIFAs a long time ago is it would show assists. So what would happen is you can see here, Sancho has scored the goal. We've got that. Let's say Hazard got the assist. It would show a picture of a boot with a green plus for an assist. So it would show Hazard got the assist, Sancho got the goal. If Hazard got a second assist, it'd still show that one boot with the plus, but put a 2 next to it. That's what used to happen on the early FIFAs, FIFA 10, FIFA 11, FIFA 12. I would like that feature back, and I'm hopeful it's going to come back. Don't just show the goal scorer, show who got the assist. So as I'm commentating, although I can probably see who got the assist, if, you know, number 66 here, if Trent runs down the wing, puts it in, it flashes up, Bobby scored. I know Trent got the assist, but it'd be nice if we could have a little graphic of a boot with a plus sign so we know who got the assist, and we can also already see who got the goal with the ball. But I think that's a great feature, being able to see the stamina as the game's playing out, then being able to make changes from there, obviously change up the tactics if needs be, change the game plan. I am very happy with how the simulated games are going to look. But enough about that image. What we're going to do now, guys, is, as I said, the link is there for you guys to go and click it and read through this. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm just going to read a couple of the paragraphs, and then we're going to jump over to this Liverpool Echo, which, again, will be linked down below so you guys can go read it. It's got a few other features that have been revealed that aren't revealed on here, strangely enough. So up first, we've got career mode. Manage every moment. New additions create additional depth in matches, transfers and training to give you more control over your teammates' rise to the top. Or your team's rise to the top. Manage your players' development in greater detail with a revamped growth system. Turn right backs into right wingers, defensive midfielders into centre backs, and more to fill the gaps in your team. And monitor players' attribute changes during training to see how your squad is progressing. Good job, EA. Great feature. There's been so many times where in career mode, and especially for me, I'll say, like, guys, I need a right wing. And you guys will pick someone and I'll look at them and their favourite position is right mid. On FIFA 20, for you guys that don't know now, if you were to buy, let's say, a player that can play right wing, but when you buy him, he says his favourite position is right mid, then it's right wing, and then it's like centre mid. He can play in all three of those positions, but he is letting you know that he will play the best at right wing. So if you play him at right wing, he will constantly grow quicker, play better, because you're not playing him out of his favourite position. Although he says he can play right mid, if you play him there, he won't grow as quick, his stats won't grow as quick, because he's not in his favourite position. So now to be able to buy a player, for example, Torgan Hazard, you buy him and his favourite position is right mid. To be able to train him and convert him from a right mid to a right winger, so he's more attacking minded, is great. That is a solid improvement, and I'm very happy they've revamped the growth system, so that'll be a great feature in the game without a doubt. FIFA 21 Career Mode enhances transfer realism by providing both human and AI controlled teams with new ways to sign players, make loan to buy offers with optional or mandatory future transfer fees to secure new talent for your team, and respond to AI manager initiated player swap proposals as you look to master the transfer market. I love this feature as well, because first of all, we take the first line, they've already enhanced transfers realistic. We all know in career mode, 20 still does it, 19 used to do it a lot. Frank Lampard's Chelsea, if they didn't sign Ben Chilwell and Alexandro and Jordi Alba to play at left back, was it even a career mode? Because Chelsea would always go and sign a load of left backs. Manchester United would have Martial, Rashford, Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo, Mbappe. They'd sign a load of strikers. It was so patterned that every career mode, the same teams would go after the same players in those positions. So I'm glad now it enhances a more realism, because in my Liverpool career mode in Season 2, lo and behold, Watford FC signed Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez played against me as striker for Watford. It's just never going to happen. Why is Luis Suarez going to trade in sunny Spain, in Barcelona, the beautiful city that it is, to come to Watford? Why is he going to do that? Luis Suarez's next move in real life will be to the MLS or the Chinese League for a final payoff, because he's getting to that age. Realistically, he's not going to keep doing it for Barcelona. Eventually, they're going to need to get rid of him or move him on. He's going to go there for his final payout. He's not going to come to Watford, and Watford cannot afford to pay him 300 grand a week. It's as simple as that. If he comes to the Premier League, it'd be a Chelsea, United, City, Liverpool, Arsenal. He's not going to go anywhere else to another team in the Premier League. It's going to be one of the top 6. And realistically for me, because he's got so much respect for Liverpool, he wouldn't go to any other team other than Liverpool. And if Liverpool wasn't an option, he's going to the MLS, he's going to the Chinese League for those big paydays. Simple as that. So that's not a realistic transfer, so I'm glad they've done something over the realism. both human and controlled teams with new ways to sign players. So the AI teams like Watford in my Liverpool career mode are going to sign more realistic, not just go for the likes of Luis Suarez. So that's good to see. Very happy to be seeing that. Make loan to buy offers perfect. We have been screaming for this for years. We take example, Liverpool currently loan out Harry Wilson to Bournemouth. So what happens is, let's say Harry Wilson is a Liverpool player, Eddie Howe comes to Melwood, we sit down with Eddie Howe says, look, we'd like to take Harry Wilson on a loan for, let's say 2 years. We say, okay, and he goes, would you be interested in selling him after 2 years? If so, how much for? So we could say, okay, Eddie Howe, you can have him on 2-year loan, and if you are happy with him and the board are happy with him and he fits your system and he wants to move away from Liverpool, you can have him for 50 million. And after those 2 years, if Eddie Howe wants him, he can buy him for 50 million. If he doesn't, he can send him back. That is a great thing because a lot of teams do this. A lot of teams loan players out, and it's either like a loan and then they swap a player if they like them, or it's a loan and at the end of the loan they have the choice to buy them. It's as simple as that. I think Manchester United recently got the ex-Watford man, I think it's Agalio pronounced. I think it's pronounced Agalio. He's on loan. The option was there to buy. They're looking to buy him now. The option's put there. So to be able to loan someone for 6 months or 12 months, and then if you're looking at their stats and you go, oh, Harry Wilson, he's played the whole season, but he's not scored many, he's not got many assists, we don't really want him, we've got other players there, we'll sell him off for that 50 million. Great. I'm so happy they put that in. To secure a new challenge for your team and respond to AI integrated player swap proposals. Player swaps on FIFA 20 didn't work. Let's say a player was worth 60 million and you were offering a player worth 30 million. You would expect the difference of 30 million to be the transfer offer, but that doesn't work. Let's say we're buying De Bruyne for 60 million and we offer Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain at 30 million. You'd think Pep would say, okay, plus 30 million. No. Pep Guardiola will ask for 50 million, meaning Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is worth 10 million. It didn't work. So the fact now player swap proposals are going to be different as we look to master the transfer market, I'm hoping they're going to change that. And yes, maybe for De Bruyne, if the difference is 30 million, maybe 35, maybe 40, but not nearly his actual price tag plus a player for that one player. It makes no sense. As I said, guys, if you want to read through any more of this, and you may have read through it as, I was paused and talking, that's fine, but the links will be down below. And the last one, which we're at 22 minutes now, so this video is going to be a little bit longer. The last article I want to fly through is this one here, the Liverpool Echo article, and you can already see FIFA 21 career mode. So I'm just going to fly through some of the features that they've included. So interactive match sim, which we've just been over. So throughout any of the 90 minutes, you can jump in and out of matches. This is another thing, guys. The jump in and jump out. If there was a penalty given and you want to take that penalty rather than the AI or the CPU taking it, you can jump in, take the penalty, and jump out. I don't know whether you can jump in and out as much as you want. For me, I think maybe 2 or 3 times should be the maximum, because you could be 1-0 down to Everton after 10 minutes. You jump in and make it 1-1. You jump out. It's 2-1 Everton. You jump back in. It's 2-2. You jump out. It's 3-2 Everton. You jump in. It's 3-3. Then you think, I'll play a bit more. We get it to 4-3. We jump out. It's 4-4 now. You jump back in. It's 5-4. You jump out. It's 5-5. How many times are you going to be able to jump in and out of the game? I think realistically, like substitutes, you can only have 3 subs. It should be a little bit like that. Maybe 2 jump-ins per game or something like that. Jump in and jump out. I just feel like, or maybe just like 1 and then second time you jump in, you've got to play the game yourself, because I feel like jumping in and jumping out as many times as you want is going to be a little bit ridiculous. And obviously it says there, you can take charge of key moments, including penalties and free kicks. So if there's a free kick and you're Man City and you've got De Bruyne and you're good at taking free kicks, you might want to jump in, bang it in the top right bin with Trent or De Bruyne or whoever, and then jump back out and let them carry it on. I do think the jump in and jump out feature will be great for people that just play it for fun. That's not a problem. I do agree with that. The 2D thing is my favourite part. Player development. Manage your players' development in greater detail with the revamped growth system. Turn right backs into right wingers, defensive midfielders into centre backs, and more to fill the gaps in your team. Now, it only talks about right backs to right wing, defensive midfielders to centre backs. I'm assuming you're going to be able to turn a right mid into a right wing or a centre forward into a striker. I would have thought, because it says, and more to fill the gaps. So I'm sure that is going to happen, but I could be wrong. It's just my thoughts and opinions, remember, guys. So we've got active training and match sharpness. Get more insight into your squad's performance levels with match sharpness, new attribute that indicates how likely your players are to perform in the most crucial moments during the course of the game. We've already sort of got that with a smiley face, whether they are very happy, moderate, sad, very sad. We've already sort of got that. Increase your players' sharpness with new active training system that gives you the ability to set up group training sessions to improve the likelihood of your strikers putting big chances away and defenders making key tackles. The whole group training, we already sort of have that. You put 5 players in, you can get them all to train. That's not an issue. One thing that you guys might want to hear is with training moving forward, and it does in FIFA 20, to be honest. If you're 2 days away from a game and Mo Salah's fully fit and then you do training on Mo Salah, his energy will come down. That already happens in FIFA 20. Maybe a lot of you don't already know that. I'm sure the majority of you will, but your stamina does come down. So you've got to be careful as to when you want to train the players and whether they're going to be back to full fitness for the game ahead. Weekly schedule planning. Plan your team's training schedule with a new activity management system. Decide when to train and when to rest during the week as you balance your players' sharpness and morale and fitness to make the difference between winning and losing. I just touched up on that. Obviously, if you were to train at the end of the week and then you've got a game, the player might not be fully fit. If they pick up an injury in training, they're not going to be available for that game. So you've got to make sure you may have to some weeks rest the players. And like I do in career mode now, I try and train every week, but sometimes because I'm training youngsters, it's not too bad. If you're training big players like Mane, Bobby, Salah, you may not want to train them in case they're not match fit. Player feedback system. A new system gives you a visual indicator of your players' readiness for the up-and-coming game, enabling you to see the players' morale, sharpness, and fitness at a glance. We can already see the players' morale and fitness. We can't see the sharpness. See your players are in top condition and ready for action, who could use more time in the training ground and who needs a break to recover some fitness, as well as the effect of playing a player out of position in their in-game stats as you choose the best 11. See there, playing a player out of position. That is what happens in FIFA 20. They may be able to play there, but if it's not their favourite position, it will affect their in-game stats. Enhanced Opposition AI. Enhanced Opposition AI sees opponents approach games with more intelligence in both defence and attack. New systems create more informed AI decision-making in marking, tackling, passing and dribbling to present you with more challenges during each match to keep your career fresh from game to game. Love that. Again, they've already put this enhanced AI into FIFA 20. Hopefully, they've done a little bit about it because there was a feature or an update that come out for FIFA 20. It ruined Ultimate Difficulty. I ended up making a video on it. It's the most viewed video on my channel. Within, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, we did 20,000 views. It just blew up. It showed me how many people were suffering from the new Ultimate Difficulty. So I hope they're going to learn to balance that out a little bit. New transfer options. Enhanced transfer realism provides both human and AI controlled teams in new ways to sign the players. We discussed that on the last one. New setup options. Customize your career mode with new initial setup options. Get more true to life experience of negotiating signings on the transfer market with authentic transfers to boost your team's starting budget with a financial takeover to help build your squad. Again, financial takeover, it's been in there for years. You go and buy it from the catalogue. When you next go into the save, whichever career mode it is, the next one that you load up is going to be the financial takeover team with the more money. And expanded league themes. Enjoy deeper immersion and authenticity when expanded custom league specific themes for some of the world's most prestigious and most played competitions that now span more areas of career mode, including the UEFA Champions League and the I don't know if it's CONMEBOL or it's CONMEBOL Libertadores. I don't know how you pronounce that. I have never really even heard of that, to be honest, guys. But it's saying they're including UEFA Champions League. Obviously, they already had Champions League. I don't know if they're going to do a little bit more. What you need to do, EA, if by any chance anyone from EA is watching this video, you know when you first play your Champions League game and it pops up, the champions, and it loads the screen and the logo and the graphics and it does that song, go and buy the rights for it, because on YouTube, it gets claimed by UEFA. Just go and buy the rights, or only put songs into the game that are copyright free. Otherwise you have someone on your back trying to copyright strike your channel, causing you problems, and if you do earn money like some other YouTubers do, they just take the revenue off you. So go and buy the rights to that song so to stop screwing us all over. Simple as that. And then obviously it moves on to the FIFA 21 Volta Football, which we won't be looking at. Now, I did talk about, I do believe, in the first thoughts and opinions video on FIFA 21, it was about the official trailer, and I mentioned that I'm going to do another one on career mode at the end of August where they release some more information on career mode. I'm also going to do one on pro clubs. I don't think I'm going to do one on Ultimate Team unless you guys would like me to. I don't think I'm going to do one on Volta unless you guys would like me to. And I don't know if there's anything about the Journey or any other game modes that are going to be released. If you want me to continue to do these thoughts and opinions, let me know. But for me, it's going to be the trailer, which we've done. If they release another trailer, I'll do another trailer one. We've got more coming for career mode at the end of August, and we've also got more coming on pro clubs. Or we haven't got anything actually on pro clubs, I don't believe. But we are going to get, some more information on pro clubs at the end of August. So I will be looking to do some more thoughts and opinions video. I'd appreciate if you guys could drop your thoughts and opinions down below in this video. Let me know what you think about career mode. Are you excited for it? Do you think the new feature is just a way of EA mapping that there's not been that much work and they're just putting a feature and showing it in the trailer so everyone's like, oh, career mode, it's going to be amazing, buy the game. Boom, same old thing. They've just changed the front cover to Mbappe. It's one of them. It's very difficult, but I'm very happy they've put that 2D simulation graphic in. That's going to be unbelievable. Jump in, I'm not 100% sure on some of the other features to do with match sharpness and training and transfers and things like that. I am really excited. Being able to convert a right back to a right wing back is great. Doing a CDM to a centre back. I'm hoping you can do a right mid to a right wing or a left mid to a left wing. Maybe a centre mid to a central attacking midfield. Centre forward to striker. If you can do that, that would be absolutely outstanding. It'd be a great feature if they can implement that into the game. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.